Hi guys, welcome back. As you can tell that I'm in the car again. I seem to do a lot of videos in the car just because I happen to be in the car a lot. So I'm on my way to New York City. Yay! So excited about that. And I figured I'd do a video just to say hi and discuss some things that are on my mind. I wanted to talk specifically about quad rails or metal rails that are typically put on AR-15s. And for those of you who know me, you know that my opinion of them is generally not favorable. And this is for several reasons. One, a lot of those rails add weight. They just add a lot of weight. Even the lightweight rails add a considerable amount of weight. For example, the Midwest Industries one that actually can directly slip into it. They don't require any sort of changing of the barrel nut or whatever. That slips right in, but it's actually pretty fucking heavy. It adds a considerable amount of weight. And also, with specifically those things too, you've got all this space that you typically don't need. A regular rifle setup will really only have about maybe two accessories, and that's a optic, which goes on the upper receiver, that's not even related to the rail, and also a light. And admittedly, something with a rail does make light mounting a lot easier. Now then we go into something that evolved past the quad rail, and that is called KeyMod or M-LOK systems. Either one of those systems, they have their merits in different ways, but that's not the point. Those ones make a little bit more sense to me, but again, they suffer from generally the same problem, is that they're heavy. They're not as heavy or, frankly, as comfortable as something like the standard polymer guard that comes on your M4 or M16A2. Again, they have that problem where you've got all these attachment points, but do you honestly really need it? Another thing that I don't like about them is that a lot of them require that you cut off or you install a low profile gas block, or you cut off your existing A2 gas block front sight. Those low profile ones are typically fastened by set screws and Loctite. I'm really not sold on those quite yet, because I've heard stories, or I know people who have experienced issues with them, namely that they didn't install them correctly, or they had an aluminum gas block on a steel barrel, and what happens is that under continuous volumes of fire, the metals will expand at different rates. This is more related to the actual aluminum gas blocks. But the point is that those things can loosen a hell of a lot easier than your old style A2 sight, which is pinned on, which takes a fucking hammer to get that shit off. It does not come off, and that's what I love about them, the old style sight. So that combined with everything else just makes me a little bit weary of it. I've never been a fan of I've never been a fan of a gun that doesn't have integrated iron sights, meaning that at least one sight on the gun must be fixed. And I mean that in the sense that it's not, you can't just like throw it off and everything like that. And yes, there are advantages and disadvantages to that, and I admit I'm not a professional, I'm just an enthusiast, but based on the stuff that I've studied, based on my own preferences and everything like that, these are the things that I prefer. So, let me know what you think, guys. I'm not a quad rail guy. Although I don't think that they're completely useless, I'm more like a polymer dude. So you let me know, and yeah, have a good one.